not work for you, chime in. Don't be shy. So, you know, if you have a question, it's very possible someone else has the same question. So if there's anything that's not working for you, let me know. We're going to begin right now just standing on our mats, just placing our feet down onto the floor and just establishing a really nice base to begin with today. And we're going to breathe in a few deep breaths in, and then allow the body just to release down, and breathe in and breathe out. And just continue that. I'm just going to swipe through, just make sure everybody's muted so you don't have to move away. Good. Beautiful. Keep going. Great. And one more breath. Great. Now we're going to reach up towards the sky. Now we're just going to lean over to the right, and then back through center and over to the left. Good. And then back through center. We're going to open up our arms. Feet are going to be bent slightly. We're going to rotate towards the left. So what you want to do is think about this oppositional sensation. So as your body wants to twist, your right hip wants to work a little bit away so it stays square. Back through center and over to the other side. Try to keep the arms nicely aligned. Back through center and twist. And back through center and twist. And back through center and twist. And back through center. Bring the feet about hip distance apart in first position. So if you were on a reformer on the apparatus, your feet would be on the bar. Feet are going to be flat, and we're going to do a bend and stretch. So bend the knees and then press out. Draw the quads up and then back down. Looks a lot like a squat. Down and then press up. Think about drawing up through the quadriceps. Down and then lift. Down and then lift. Press the feet into the floor. And up. And press. Good. Two more. Holly, don't move, but I think your audio is on. So when we stop, maybe you'll just click that little microphone and that will turn your audio off. All right, come back up, extend the body long, draw up to the quads. You're gonna open up a little wider. Second position, we're gonna bend and stretch. So draw the attention to the inner thighs. Bend and then stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Two more. And stretch. And stretch. Fantastic. Now we're going to move into our arms are going to be extended out long. So bring your feet actually so that they're back into that first position. We're going to do saw. Now, Anne, I'm going to ask that you, I don't know if this is going to work for you, but coming down and up. If it doesn't, let's just go into some rotations instead. So opening up, we're going to guide our right hand down towards our left pinky toe. The left arm is going to reach up towards the sky, pressing away. Come back into this rotated position. Come back through center. Twist and reach. And lift. And square off. Rotate and reach. Lift and back through center. Rotate, so watch the hips. Extend down, reach that top arm up to the sky. Come back up in that twisted position. Come back through center. And down. And lift. Back through center. And reach. Take the top arm up to the sky. And up. And last one on either side. And reach. It is lovely. Stretch through the back of the legs, just like you would do if you were doing saw on the ground. And back. And lift. And come back through center. Release the hands down to the side. Now we're going to go into, if you were on the reformer, you would be doing a a hip stretch here. So one foot would be kind of placed on the ground, hands would be on the bar, for those of you who are familiar with the reformer. And now we're going to take the right leg and we're going to scooch it all the way back, kind of like a lunge, and then back up and back. So open up the hip and then back and open. I'm just placing my hands here, trying to visualize the bar, and then back. So you're pulling up, upper body's nice and active, and then draw from the heart and bring yourself back forward. Back, open up the hip, really let that hip drip down as if you're pushing the carriage away, and then back through center. Last one, open, and then back through center. Other side. Same idea. Right foot's going to be bent, and we're going to extend out. Open up to the left leg, and then back up. And back, and back up. I'm just going to adjust myself here. And back, and forward, and back. Open up through the hip. Keep your belly nice and pulled in, and back. Last two, and back. Last one. And back. Fantastic. All right, now we're going to do a nice roll down through the spine. So lifting up tall, tuck the chin under, begin to roll down through your vertebrae. Now, if you don't want to come down too far, maybe just come halfway. I know for some, coming forward doesn't feel great. And then begin to articulate and bring yourself all the way back up to standing. So you're stacking each of the vertebrae and coming all the way up. Tuck the chin under, roll yourself down, let your body hang, and then roll yourself back up. And I want you to just draw attention, hamstrings and glutes driving you up, restack each of the vertebrae as if it were tins of tuna. Last one, roll down. And then roll all the way back up, restack the vertebrae, and come all the way up. Now, I'm gonna come down onto the base of my mat. If you are in the middle of your mat, you might wanna come down to the base. We're gonna roll down through the vertebrae. We're gonna come down and place the hands down on the floor, maybe walk our hands out into a full plank position. So we're gonna just begin to establish this nice foundation here through the hands. And similar to the bend and stretch on the reformer, we're gonna bend the knees, reach back, and then press up and come into plank. And bend and press. So imagine your feet are on a bar, and you're bending and stretching your body. Bend your knees and stretch. Now, if this is not working for you, just come into a plank position and just hold there and bend and stretch. Here we go. I know. Good, two more. And one more. Sorry, my hands are slipping. And bend and stretch. Now we're gonna bring the right leg up. I'm gonna bend the knee. We're gonna lift, bend, extend. Bend, lift, and extend. Bend the knee, lift up through the glutes, back through center, extend. Bend, reach, and extend. Bring the right foot down. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Lift up, flex through the heels, back into the hip and down. Bend the knee, flex and reach. Hip height, extend the leg. Bend, reach, down and lengthen. Two more. Bend, reach, down and lengthen. Bend, reach, down and lengthen. Bring the left foot down, come down onto your hands and knees. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Starfish the fingers, and we're gonna go into our cat stretches. So press the tops of the feet into the floor. As you exhale, pull the belly in, round the upper body. And then articulate from your tailbone, mid back, low back to a neutral spine. Exhale, pull the belly in. Turn the gaze between the knees, and then back to your neutral spine. And round, and back, good. And around, and back, keep going. And around, and back, beautiful. And last two. And back, last one. And really feeling this opening through the back of the body. Fantastic. Now you're going to come back into your neutral spine. Crown of the head is going to really reach forward. Hands are resting on the floor. Going to shift our left into our weight of our left knee. So you might want to bring the left knee in a little bit and then take the right foot. And so we're going to flex the foot up towards the sky. So flex and kick and up and down. We're going to do about 5 of those. And then last one, keep your hips square, pull your belly in. Now I want you to feel really nice and active through the belly. You're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest without rounding the back. Draw the knee in and then lift. And knee in and lift. And in and lift. Keep going. And in and lift, in. So there's inclination to want to kind of come into this rounded cocoon shape, but we're not doing that today. We're just keeping our back long. Pull the knee in. Good. Last 2. Last 1. And bring it up. Now we're going to bring our leg out nice and long. Toes are going to be pointed. We're going to come into our single leg kick. So we're going to bend the knee, flex the heel, kick it in towards our glute, point the toe, extend the leg. In, flex, point, reach. In, flex, point, reach. So bend, flex the heel as if you're kicking your bum, point your toes, reach out long. Keep your belly pulled in. Bend, flex, point, and reach. Last 2. Bend, flex, point, and reach. Last 1. Point, bend, flex, point, and reach. Good. Keep the right leg extended and start to pulse. And pulse really long. And 5. And 4. And 3, and 2, and 1. Bend your right knee down to the mat. Press back into your rest pose. Give your wrists a little rotation to just loosen up. And let's do it all on the other side. So shift your weight now into your right knee. And we're just kind of creating this nice firm foundation. Your back remains long. Left leg is about hip height, foot is flexed. As we exhale, we press and back down, coming back to a neutral area of the down towards the hip. So we're pressing up from the hip up to the sky and then back to about hip height. Press and down, press and down. 3 more. Keep your belly pulled in. So we're not arching through the low back. It's really just the glute here. Good. Last one. Good. Now, keep your foot about 90 degrees. Foot is flexed. You're going to reach your left leg long. Point your toes. Single leg kick. We bend, we flex and kick our bum. Point our toe and reach back. Bend, flex, point, and reach. Bend, flex, point, and reach. Keep going. Bend, flex, point, and reach. Bend, flex, point, and reach. Bend, flex, point, and reach. 2 more. Bend, flex, point, and reach. Last one. Bend, flex, point and reach. Fantastic. Now you're going to pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Press down onto your heels. Extend your upper body. Give yourself a little stretch through the low back just to reset yourself here for a moment. And then as you're ready, you're going to come up, bring your knees to about hip distance apart. And we're going to come right up into like a kneeling position. So we're lifted up through the torso. Abs are pulled in, glutes are turned on. We're going to press slightly back. As we come back, so you're going to be kind of hovering right over the heels. Arms are going to be outstretched. We're going to go into swimming. So we're going to lean forward, pull the belly in, back is long. And now I want you to start pulsing your arms or swimming your arms. And on an inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, long through the back, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Press your hands down onto the floor. We're going to come right onto our tummy. So we're going to rest our head down onto the floor. We're going to open the knees wide and heels are going to come together. Resting the forehead down onto the top of our hands, elbows are wide and long. You're going to press into the heels. You're going to start to feel that activation right through the glutes. Belly's going to be pulled in. Back is long and shoulders are wide. And we're going to exhale to lift the knees up off the ground. And then inhale, lower. Keep the belly pulled in. Exhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Watch your low back. So you want to make sure your back is protected by turning your glutes and your abs turned on. And lift and lower. Press into your heels and lift and lower. Last 2. Lift and lower. Keep going. Last 1. And lower. Fantastic. Rest your head on your hands. Extend your legs out long. We're going to do swimming, but now with only our legs. So resting the forehead. Legs are going to lift. Same breath pattern. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 2. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. I want you to lift the legs. Lift the legs. Long, long, long through the upper back, and then rest the legs down onto the floor. Fantastic. Press back into your child's pose, and give your back a little stretch. We're going to go into the full expression of swimming. Same idea, but this time our hands are going to be extended out overhead. So coming back onto your tummy, legs are long, arms are outstretched in front. Now, in the event this does not feel good for you and your arms don't want to stretch forward, you have an impingement in your shoulder or something's not working, place your hands at your sides. So arms are outstretched, and I want you to think about lengthening through the crown, through the toes, and through the fingertips. Your face is down towards the floor, and your head is slightly lifted and hovering over the mat. You're going to inhale to lift, and then as you exhale, we're going to do a count of 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. Lift, 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 lift. And exhale, rest your body down onto the mat. Let your body just rest. Let your shoulders soften. Okay, now coming up onto our forearms. So pubic bone is down onto the mat. Just gonna come a little forward. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders, and there's a slight lift of the sternum, and the gaze is forward. We're gonna do single leg kick, but now we're gonna do it on the floor, not just in our kneeling position that we just did before. It's gonna work the hamstrings and the glutes. Keep your belly pulled in. Now you're gonna point and come towards your glute. Flex and kick, point and reach. Now really targeting just the hamstrings here. So point, flex, point and reach. Pull your belly in. Point, flex, point and reach. 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 I just totally lost that coordination. Point, flex, point and reach. Pull the belly in. Point, flex, point and reach. Last one, last set. And down, last one. And reach. Great job. Press back into your rest pose and just stretch your low back out. Just feel a little bit, maybe a bit of movement for the low back. Oh, okay. That was great. Fantastic. So now you're going to come back onto your knees, and then we're going to slowly come back onto our back in a moment for our abdominal series. So we're going to come into this kneeling position and establish a really nice base beneath your hips. So hips and knees are aligned. Tops of the feet are resting on the floor. So as we're going to press back into our heels, we're going to reach the arms and then squeeze the glutes and come all the way back up and down and lift and down and lift and down. Keep your gaze focused on something. Pull up through your abs, press back, squeeze your glutes as you lift and down and lift and down and lift and down and lift. Keep going. Lift. Last two and lift. Last one and lift. Now, good job. Bring your arms about shoulder distance apart and about shoulder height. Imagine you're holding a bar. So we're going to be going down onto our roll down on the roll down bar. So arms are outstretched, and I want you to lean back, hold here, and then exhale, pull yourself back up and reach and lean. Squeeze your glutes, hold your belly and pull yourself back up and lean back and back up. If you've ever done the Cadillac before, this is the roll down and back and lift. Okay, last one. We're gonna come back. Now I want you to imagine, hold in here, press your arms down and hold down towards the floor. And then as you pull yourself up, bring your hands up to shoulder height and lean. Press your arms down, really dynamically creating some tension. As you pull yourself back up, come up to shoulder height and lean and press and lift back up to shoulder height. Last two, lean, press down, hold. And as you pull yourself up, bring your arms up to shoulder height. Last one, and lean back and press. Hold it here and then lean back and rest your arms. Fantastic. Whew. So if you've ever done the Cadillac, that's a great exercise. We've probably done that before. Okay, so I hope you guys are nice and warmed up. I know I'm feeling nice and warm. Okay, so we're gonna come down onto our back. So we're gonna do the 100. But we're gonna be doing a couple of different variations of the 100 today. We're gonna do 100 breaths in total. So with your breathing, we always wanna breathe in laterally into our rib cage. And we wanna breathe as if we're blowing through a straw. Pilates breath is different than yoga breath. It's not deep into the belly. It's a lateral posterior breath. So it's in the rib cage. You spread the rib cage into the mat. You feel that expansion laterally. So breathe in and breathe out. Now, as we're ready, we're going to take a breath in. And then we're going to draw the belly in towards the spine for imprint. So there's a slight flattening of the low back. The rib cage is connected. The belly button's drawn in. And now I want you to extend and lift the arms. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now stay here. Stay lifted. Bring your right foot up. Bring your left foot up. You can stay here or you can extend your legs. We're going to do the last 50. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. And rest, come down to the floor. Woo! All right. So now we're going to move into the abdominal series. So knees are going to be flat, and we're going to bring the hands behind the head. So we're going to rest the hands right at the occiput, so kind of at the base of the crown, to interlace the fingers. And we're going to just lift the crown of the head about an inch off the floor, and then I really want you to let your head rest in your hands. And that's really important because you don't want to use your neck as you come into this forward flexion. So elbows can be kind of within your peripheral vision. They don't have to be wide. Just kind of keep them in your peripheral vision. Inhale to lengthen the back of the neck, and then exhale, lift. And when you're lifting, you're pulling up from the low abs, and then come back down. And lift as you exhale, turn your gaze between your knees, and then back down. And lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift. So belly button's pulled in, or we're coming into a neutral spine. So for those of you who've practiced Pilates with me before, we know what the neutral spine is. It's a slight arch of the low back and your pelvic area is flat. And if you find yourself kind of squeezing through your bum cheeks to kind of pull you up, then I want you to think about coming into imprint, whereby you draw the belly button deep in towards the spine, rib cage stays down, and we're just nice and pulling up through the abdominal area. So we're protecting the low back here. All right, last one. All right, you're gonna come all the way down. Now, keep your hands behind your head. Feet are gonna stay flat on the floor. We're going to come up into a flex position, and we're gonna go into marching. So lift the left and then back down. Lift the right and back down. Lift up through the chin, stay active, stay in this kind of forward flexion position and down. And lift and down and lift and down. Keep going. Lift and down, lift and down. Almost there. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift. Don't lose this connection, so don't let your shoulders drop down. You've got this. Good. 2 more. One on either side. And down. Last one. And down. Stay flexed. Don't come down. Bring your right knee up to 90. Extend your left leg long. And then switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Beautiful. Keep staying in that flex position. And lift. and reach, and reach, and go, and go. So we're just staying almost as if you're marching, but you're now extending your legs. And reach, and go. Nice, stay in this flexed position. You've got it. And reach. Think about pointing through the toes, nice and active through the legs. And now we've got 4 more. And reach. If you need a break, we take it, we get right back into it. Good, and 2, and 1. Now, reach long with your right leg. Left knee is up. Rotate your right chest towards your left. Come back through center and switch. Oblique crisscross and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Really lifting up through the chest to create these beautiful rotations. And lift. And reach. So it's less about the elbows, just so you know. It's really about the chest lifting. And go. Good, keep going. And back. Last 4. And 3. And 2. And watch the pelvis. Don't allow it to move or rock with you. Good, last 1. Come back through center. Open the feet. Stay flexed. Heels are together. And press. And in. And press. Think of the reformer here. You're pressing through your heels. And press. And reach. And press. Heels are out. Externally rotated. Heels are in your upper body. Now your heels are out. Your heels are in through center. Toes are out. And you're creating this V with your feet. Down. And then back in. Stay here. Down. And back in. Last 2. And in. Last 1, you're going to press out. Bring your feet together. Extend the legs. Bend them in. And reach. And bend. And reach. And bend. And reach. Bend. And reach. 4 more. Bend. And reach. Keep going. And reach. Bend. And reach. Last 2. Last 1. And bend. Bring the feet down to the floor. Rest your hands at your side. Oh. Ah. Anne, are you swearing right now? Okay, so bring your feet to tabletop. Hands are resting at your side. We're gonna do a slight lift, hip lift, sorry. So it's going to be an exhale to lift and then lower and lift and lower, using the low abs. Let the upper body really try to soften. You don't want to tighten through the upper body. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Keep going. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Almost there. Lift and lower. Last 2. And lower and lift and lower. Fantastic. Roll your feet over to the right side. Come right onto your side and shift over so that you're in this beautiful side lining position. Now I want you to think about hip, knee, and ankles are aligned. Knees are slightly up and in towards your belly button. So you have this really nice long torso that's nicely lengthened and straight. Your knees are slightly up in towards your belly button, not quite crunching, but you're just in that general direction. And the knees, hips, and ankles are aligned. Left hand places itself right behind the back of the head. So you almost have this like lying down with your elbows nice and wide sensation. You're gonna exhale to open up, small little rotation, and then back through center and forward. And open, and close, and open. So a nice upper thoracic rotation, and close, open, and close, and open. So you really feel this beautiful opening through the chest, and close, open, and close. Beautiful. Last 2. So what you want to notice is your left hip wanting to roll back with you. And that's where you want to kind of just keep the left hip planted down to the ground. And open, last one. And rest. Fantastic. Extend the legs out long. Now, think about a ruler that's going to be measuring you from head down to toe. You're one long line. Your bottom arm is resting. Your head is resting into your arm. Your toes are going to like move forward so that they're on a diagonal. So you're kind of reaching towards the right, depending on where you are on your mat, to the front corner of your mat. Your torso is long and your belly is pulled in and your torso is slightly lifted. And what I mean by that is we're not resting and letting our whole torso rest down onto the mat. We're really active through this space. Now we're going to go do our sideline kick. Top of the hand rests down onto the floor. Top leg comes up on the inhale, and then exhale, pulse, pulse, point, and reach. Now, as your leg wants to come back, think about this oppositional sensation. You might be reaching slightly forward to kind of avoid yourself from tipping back. And then pulse, pulse, and reach. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Keep going. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Pointing the toe. That's kind of nice to kind of create length and really turn on, kind of almost find this nice sensation of extension through the front hip. Keep going. Last two. Pulse, pulse, and reach, and pulse, pulse, and reach. Last one. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Now I want you to keep that top leg left. Nice and lifted. You're going to rotate your upper body. You're going to come slightly into this front forward position. Left leg is lifted. There's a slight rotation through the upper spine. And then you're going to kick little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center and rest your body long. Extend the legs out long. So we're nice and long on the mat. The top leg is reaching really nice and down towards the toe. So hip, knee, and ankles are aligned. You can rest your hand down, head down if you want to, if it feels comfortable on your wrist. Now we're going to point and lift the top leg to about hip height. Exhale, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. So muscular emphasis here, inner thigh, squeeze the glutes, really small little movement, and down. Point and lift, flex and lower. Reach through that heel as you come back down. Really small kind of lift to about hip height. And lift and lower. Last two, lift and lower. Belly's pulled in, torso is lifted and lower. Now bring your left foot to about hip height. Circle forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Keep your torso from trying to shift side to side. That's a little bit of a challenge. So you really want to keep that concentration and precision of movement here. The bigger the circle, the more you're going to be working against the rotation. So sometimes smaller is better. And rotate. Last two. Last one. Now we're going to reverse our circle. Bring the foot up and reach it back and sweep it forward. And back and forward. And back and forward. Nice and strong through the abs, through the glutes. There you go. I felt like I literally just went in and deepened into my glute, my ab connection, and suddenly my glute just went on fire. Last two. Last one. And bring the left foot back up to about hip height and rest it down. Good job. Now we're going to do a double leg lift. So reaching through the toes, reaching long through the upper body. We're going to exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower and lift. and lower, and lift, and lower. Last one, and lift, and lower. Double lift, upper body and lower body. Exhale, lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. Now I have my hand placed in front of me because that's going to help me stabilize a little bit more today, but you can rest your hands on the side of your body like a mermaid if that feels better. Okay, and lift, and lower. Last two, and lift, and lower. Beautiful. Last one, and lift, and lower. Fantastic. Come onto your back. Knees are going to be bent. Feet are about hip distance apart. Hands are resting at your sides. We're going to go through a couple of hip rolls, and then we're going to move into the roll up. Okay, press the feet into the floor, press the low belly into the spine, and then peel yourself up. Open up, it's like a bridge. And then exhale, articulate down vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down to the mat. Exhale, pull the belly in, peel the spine right up off the mat, and then come back down vertebrae by vertebrae. Good, and peel yourself up. And down, and then this next one, let us all meet in our lifted bridge position. Press the feet into the floor. Weight of your chest is in the shoulders. Tops of your hands are resting on the floor. Shift your weight slightly into your left heel and pick your right foot up and then lower. Pick your left foot up and lower. Stay lifted. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Marching. Lift and lower. Keep going. Lift and lower. Two more. Lift and lower, lift, and lower. Now, right leg is going to lift and extend. Stay here. Circle forward and then back. Forward and then back, or through your midline. And back. Last one. And back. Now reverse your circle. Away from your body and in. And in. Try to keep your pelvis from moving. Small little circles. Stay strong through the glutes and through the abs. Last one. And back up to the top. Bend the knee. Rest the right foot down onto the floor. Shift your weight slightly into your right foot. Keep your torso lifted. You're going to move through your midline. And back. And back. And back. We're doing 4 circles in each direction. Now, reverse. And up. And up. So I just felt my right leg want to flare out. Really try to keep that nice and in control. Bend your knee, place your left foot down on the floor, and then articulate down all the way to the floor. Good job. We're going to come up. So bring your hands behind your thighs, and we're just going to rock ourselves front to back, or however way you want to get up to a seated position. And back. Good job. So let's find ourselves in our seated position right up onto our sits bones. We're going to move through our roll up. So if you've done the roll up and you don't need a towel or anything, I probably should have told you this earlier, so I'm sorry. You can go ahead and we'll do it without the towel. I still need a blanket. So I'm going to place a blanket just at the base of my sacrum, the base of my low back. Feet are going to be extended out long. And right now we're just going to go through a couple of half roll downs just to get us ready. So feet are long and feet are flexed. Arms are going to be shoulder distance apart and facing forward. We're going to lift up through the crown of the head and long through the spine. As we inhale, we're going to grow tall. As we exhale, we're going to pull down through our low abs, and you're going to create this slight rounding sensation through the abs. There's a little bit of a rounding here. Chest is wide, and then exhale, pull yourself back up. Okay, and then roll back onto past your femurs. Keep your abs turned in. So you really want to pull up through those low abs, and then pull yourself right up to that seated position. Let's do one more just for good measure. Exhale, roll down. Press through your heels. So really nice and active through the heels, and then pull yourself back up. Great. Now, next one, we're gonna roll all the way down towards the floor. Reach to the heels, roll down, all the way back. So as you come down to the floor, your arms are gonna reach up overhead. You're gonna be long through your body. Inhale, bring the hands up towards the sky, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, begin to articulate up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Now, if you felt your legs kind of lifting, you need to grab hold of your thighs. Go ahead and do so, or bend your knees. That would be a nice alternative option here. Now, come back up, lengthen, and then exhale, roll back down. So I'm going to show the variation with the knees bent, just so we have that available to us. Inhale, bring the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, maybe guide the hands towards the back of the thighs, lift up tall, and then roll back down. It's a great variation of this exercise. Reach the arms long, legs are long if you're doing that variation. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, lengthen the back of the neck, articulate vertebrae by vertebrae, and then come into this gentle forward fold if your legs are extended, just to give yourself a nice stretch. And then inhale, restack the vertebrae, and then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. We're gonna do 2 more roll-ups. Go ahead and do them at your own perfect pace. If your legs are slightly lifting, don't worry about it. It takes a long time to do this. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years, maybe longer, and I still need some support with a blanket. And keep going. And last one for me. And pull all the way back up. Give yourself a stretch. And then we're gonna find ourselves seated and lifted. So take your blanket, if you did have one, place it to the side. We're gonna open up wide and we're gonna come into saw. So we did saw at the beginning in our standing position. Now we're gonna do the actual proper, or not proper, but the actual exercise. So arms are gonna be outstretched. You're lifting up through your belly button. Shoulders are lengthened. Fingertips are reaching out to the side. Inhale, rotate towards the right. Reach the left, reach the right hand towards the left pinky toe. Left hand reaches up to the sky. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale through, sorry, I said that wrong. Exhale back through center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, reach. Fingertip to toe. Back arm reaches to the sky. As you come up, you remain in this twisted position and exhale through center. Inhale, rotate. Pinky to pinky. Back arm reaches to the sky. Nice little lengthening through the right arm and left hand. Back up through center. In towards center. And rotate and reach. Give yourself a stretch here. Relift. Exhale through center. Last one on either side. Rotate and reach. And lift. And come back through center. Last one and reach. And come back through center and come in and rest your hands. We're going to go into spine stretch forward. Feet are flexed. Feet are going to be maybe a little wider than hip distance apart, if that feels comfortable. So we're going to take our hands. You can place them on the outer edges of your leg, pinky maybe resting on the floor. Your spine is really long. As we exhale, we begin to roll through the spine and reach with the arms. So we find ourselves coming all the way into this beautiful forward fold. And then as we inhale, we restack the vertebrae and find length. And exhale, tuck the chin under, roll through the vertebrae. Think about how you do this standing. It's the same concept, just a different relationship to gravity. And roll down. And reach. And pull yourself back up and sit. And last 2, roll down. And roll back up. Beautiful. And last one, roll down. And pull yourself back up. Oh, fantastic. Nice little articulating through the spine there. We're going to come on to our sideline series on the other side. So we did our right side first. We're going to go on to our left. So beginning with our first one, so we're resting our top arm on the floor, maybe resting our head into our hands. Knees, hips, and ankles are aligned. Your back is long. So if you, I know it's hard to see, but if you feel like your hips are jutting more forward, you want to keep it so that your hips and shoulders are aligned. So one is not further back than the other. And you're really nice and lifted through the torso. Knees are going to come up a little bit towards the belly button. Right hand right behind the occiput or the base of the crown. Open up wide through the chest as we round forward and then open up and round forward and open up. So just this upper thoracic rotation and round and forward and round. It feels like you're crouching forward a little bit. Might feel a little awkward. And open the chest, but really focus on that right hip from going back with you. So stay nice and strong through the hip. Only the upper thoracic spine is rotating. And rotate forward and open the chest and round. Last one. And open the chest. Whew. And come back through center. You can rest your head onto your arm, extend your body long. So you're coming back again into this pencil position. So it's nice and lengthened, as if I had a ruler behind your back from head to toe. I use the edges of my mat usually as my indicator of where my body is in space. Top leg is going to reach out long. We're going to begin with our point and lift to flex and lower. So point and lift, flex and lower. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift. Pull the belly in, squeeze the glutes, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower. Keep going. Point and lift, flex and lower. Excellent. Lift, flex and lower. Now think about turning on the abs, turning on the glutes. It's a small movement. Last two. Last one. Now bring your top leg to about hip height. We're going to circle forward for 5 and 4. Reach long. Try to remove any sort of movement through the upper torso. It's just through the leg. Last 2. Last 1. Now we're going to reverse and back and back and back. You got it. Last 2. Last 1. Perfect. Take that top leg, rest it down onto the floor. Double leg lift, reaching through the toes. Exhale. I'm going to rest my hand down onto the floor. Exhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. So exhale as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. Last 2. Lift and lower. Last 1. And lower. Now, upper body and lower body. Exhale, lift and lower. This side feels so different for me. And lift and lower. Love that information. And lower and lift and lower. 2 more. And lower. Last one. And lower. Fantastic. Rest your bottom arm and let your head rest onto your head. And take your toes, reach them to the corner, our side kick. So top leg is going to be about hip height. Flex the foot, take an inhale, and then exhale, exhale, point and reach. Think about that sensation of opposition. Also, if your leg is going back, you may be jutting a little forward just to kind of feel that sensation. Now, kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, and reach. Keep going. Kick, kick, and reach. Really, what Pilates is all about is precision, concentration, breath, total body movement. So really draw that attention to the top leg. Really find that sense of precision through the movement. Keep the abs turned on so you're not creating any sort of like fluctuating movement here in the upper body. Last one, and kick, kick, and reach. Great job. Take the top leg, rest it onto your bottom leg. Fantastic. Alrighty, so let's come up to our seated position. Okay, we're going to finish off with our side bend and then a little stretch forward. So seated up in a crisscross position, should that feel comfortable? If you want to prop yourself up on a pillow, go ahead and grab it, and that'll allow you a little bit more space in the hip flexors. So we're going to extend the arms out to about shoulder height. And then as we inhale, we're going to take the right arm up, bring the left arm down, keep the hips stuck in space, and then reach over. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches. Keep your torso lifted, open up through the side. Come back through center, reach down and reach the top arm. It's just such a lovely side stretch, and reach. And back through center and reach. Back through center, last one on either side. And back through center and reach. And back through center. Take the arms out, stretch them to the side, lift up through the sternum, press the arms back behind you, and then guide the hands forward. Give yourself a beautiful little hug. Press the shoulders away. And then inhale, open the chest, lift up through the sternum. You're going to take your top arm and bring it down. You're going to switch grips and give yourself a little hug. And then reach up, open the arms. Exhale, reach into the sky. Take an inhale, pull your upper body away from your lower body, and then exhale, come into this beautiful forward fold. Rest the hands down onto the mat. Let your body just rest forward. Take a couple of breaths here. And then walk your hands back through center. Restack the vertebrae. And rest your hands and tell yourself you're amazing, because you are. We are done. So thank you all so much for coming today. If you have any questions about anything that we did today, you know, obviously my email, my text is always available. So just feel free to tap in and connect with me. Again, community class tomorrow at 9:30. Saturday, we have a 9:30 circuits yoga class that I'd love for you guys to join to if you can. And if you want to do one or the other, so let's say you're not in the mood to do circuits, but you're in the mood to do yoga, come to that. Chime in about halfway through and join us. So, and vice versa. If you're going to do circuits and not yoga, come in and do a 30-minute workout with us. So thank you. With us, I'm alone. With all of us, whomever's there. Have a great day, guys. Lots of love.